Mega Lucario and Mega Houndoom received lots and lots of love from this banner. But what about Excadrill? What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. And check out that cool braid in my hair that McKenna did for me. Looks pretty cool, right? So I want to talk about Excadrill in this video because I remember when Excadrill was first introduced into the Pokemon series. I thought his design was pretty cool. I thought he looked awesome, but I didn't really care for him that much in the Game Boy series. But I actually like this figure. Look at this figure. He's hitting his drill run has a base of 100 damage, which I think is okay because when you run him in the deck that I'm running, he's gonna be hitting for 120, and it has the ability, or not has the ability, but it has the effect of if the battle opponent is knocked out, then after the battle, this Pokemon moves to the point the battle opponent was on. This Pokemon gains weight, and he also has a great ability, just like the Empoleon ability. So today we have 4 matches. You better strap in. And we're going to be showing off Excadrill really, really well. Okay, first, I kind of want to explain my deck. I have the Matangs, who I have leveled up to 10 because the goal here is to use a Tractor Beam. If you don't know what Tractor Beam is, move one of your Steel-type Pokemon within 2 steps of this Pokemon to a point not more than 1 to 2 steps away from this Pokemon. So obviously, the goal here is to try to get some cheese. So we have 2 Matangs. We have another Beldum Matang all the way up to Metagross. We have the Aggron. Remember, I pulled Aggron, so this is the first time actually using Aggron. The Excadrill, and we have the Mega Lucario. Okay, so this deck is after running this deck for a little bit, I'm trying to figure out if Lucario actually has a spot to shine in this deck, same as Aggron, because Aggron is mostly utilized here in the center of the board really, really well. But the object of this game is to get the Matangs in the center, okay? Because what I'm rocking is the Steel Energy, the Metal Sphere, the Mighty Sphere, and the Lucario Knight. Okay, so the Mighty Sphere is just for the Lucario. Once I surround you with Lucario, you come to my PC. And then we have the Metal Sphere and the Steel Energy. I actually think I want to take one of these out for a X speed because I'm lacking gold on this deck. Unless I'm Mega Evolved with Lucario. But I don't know. I'm not too sure. But first of all, look who I'm playing. Tarvel. The one and only Tarvel he brings together like the coolest decks. He had the 4K squared deck. And he's bringing a very interesting deck here. So let's take a look at his plates. Max Revive. Recycle, Flame Energy, which is an awesome... Flame Energy, Microwave, Lawnmower. So Microwave, what this does is it turns everything to fire. So I'm looking at this deck, and it took me a while to figure out what it even did. But if you take a look at Torracat here, he's got the Fire Belt. If this Pokemon is knocked out, all Grass-type Pokemon within 2 steps become burned. So obviously the goal here is to spread out the Torracats. Turn everything to Grass, burn them, and then use the Flame Energy because they weight 3. The only problem with the Flame Energy decks is I think people have too many plates to kind of bypass the weight 3. That's the only problem I see with the Flame Energy. But let's watch how this match unfolds because, like I said, we have 4 matches to show. So he starts bringing up his Torracats. I gotta kind of be defensive here. I was making sure because he was being really aggressive, and I had to make sure that he didn't have any hurdle jumps, and he did not, which is good. So he pulls the Lawnmower, and at that point I was like, "Oh, it makes sense now. Now I know everything." Well, I didn't know everything. I don't think I knew everything yet, but I'm like, all right, I don't really want to move any figures. I like all the position here, and I made a mistake here. I made a mistake here, and he made a mistake here. I'm going to talk about it real fast, okay? Stop. Get the Tractor Beam. Okay. So what Tarvel did was he made a mistake by bringing over his Rotom here. And what I was going to do is I was going to attack with the Matang. And had I land the Tractor Beam, then I bring over my Beldum all the way, and I surround the Torracat. But for some reason, I clicked on his ability, and his ability is you can't stop it after you've already selected it. So, and his ability is at the start of your turn, if any of your Matang or Metagross are within 2 steps, you may move this Pokemon to a point 2 steps away instead of an MP move. So I thought that I can use the ability to surround the Torracat because I'm like, okay, if I use his ability, I move 2 steps away from Matang. 2 steps away would be right there, but apparently you can't do that. So it was a mistake, and he made a mistake, I made a mistake, And boom, let's just continue to watch the match. I'm like, okay, well, we're just going to use the Lucario Knight. We're going to attack the Hondor. And we're going to, I mean, we have a good rolls here. But then I forgot he had the Zoro. So I thought he was going to switch. But then I became burned and he became burned. And I was so confused. I was so confused at first. But he has the ability. Whoever attacks this Mon, they become burned and he becomes burned. And I actually have a fire deck that I can't wait to show you guys. Like, the next 2 episodes are going to be great. So after this episode, like I said, I have an awesome... And look at that. We get the dig cheese. Sorry, I was in the middle of talking. We're gonna talk about it. So anyway, I have a great fire deck that I want to show you guys. I can't wait to do that. But Excadrill, he has a pretty sizable dig. What dig does is you can move this Pokemon to an open spot next to an adjacent figure. Well, because he attacked me and all these Pokemon right here are connected, I can then bring the Excadrill right here, and then it's my turn, the following turn, and GG boys. Alright guys, give me 1 second and I'm going to show you game number 2. Alright guys, we are back, and this time we are going up against Dev. Dev, I don't remember who you are in the stream. Oh yeah, by the way, all these games were in my stream, and I was fine. When I saw this deck, I was actually okay because he was rocking 2 Cocos, and it actually gave me the incentive to have Beldum shine. So he tries to counter me with his speed, and then I counter him with Aggron. I really like Aggron because of its ability, but at the same time, like I said, I think I'm playing it wrong here. Because I play it mostly not in the center. Okay, here I want to explain this move. 2 mistakes here. 1 mistake on me, 1 mistake on my opponent. Well, I wouldn't say necessarily a mistake there. That was actually a good play. So what I tried to do here was, I tried to move my Metang right next to this Metang, but I accidentally clicked AI. And because I clicked AI, the AI decided to move Lucario to the goal. And then my opponent, like I said, he attacked. Had he landed that roll, he would have taken out my Metang. But because I survived that, now I'm actually able to attack freely into this Coco without fearing the Zoro, and that's exactly what I do. And I get the plus 50 because of its ability, and we get the free evolution on the Beldum, and now we have 3 Metangs rolling around. This one, however, is not leveled to 10. I actually do want to get this one to level 10. Played the Mighty Sphere here because I wanted my opponent to come at me with the Sableye, and had he taken the Sableye, had he come and attacked with the Sableye, we would bring Sableye to our PC. But he attacks, or I attack. No, he attacks. Yeah, he attacks. Mistake there. And I decided to put Aggron in the center of the board because, like I said, that's where he causes the most problems. And here he attacks, and I was like, oh man, mistakes, because if I land the Tractor Beam, you're in my PC. Or I can take out the Excadrill because of his ability and surround him. Pretty good. Like that's what my opponent had to do here. Okay, dude, I remember I was so salty here because I wanted to bring his speed to my PC, have him down 1 figure, but he DCs, which is the correct thing to do. But he attacks into my Lucario, which I didn't think he would do, and I rolled the miss. I was so salty right there, but I was like, whatever. We're still gonna try and surround this Dio speed. But you guys know how it is. RNG comes complete full circle, and he rolls the miss as well. That was actually a mistake. I remember this game was actually really good, and what I really like about this deck is it's really like a chess. Like, I mean, this whole game it's like chess. It's like what's your opponent do? What are you doing? You always want to play 1 step ahead, but I felt like I was playing perfect until I made this move. I made that move because I wanted my opponent to take the entry point, and then I would surround with the Excadrill. But after I made that move, I was like, oh no, now he just brings up the Coco, and then I'm going to be forced in a bad position. So here, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm forced to goal block because I can't just move to the goal. If I move to the goal, then he takes the entry point, and like I said, I'm in a terrible predicament. So that was a big mistake by me, so I have to goal block here. He takes entry point, which is fine. Now I'm going to start playing Celestial Energies because I actually have a plan with my Excadrill. Wait, I think it was this match that I was. Yeah, I like where everything is on the board. Risky play here, in my opinion. But I get the Metal Claw, and here I actually make the mistake. Wait, no, this is a different game. Okay, yeah, I remember this match. This is what we do. We DC here, and we go for the Tractor Beam cheese. Sorry, I can't remember all these games. I remember. So my opponent, I was like, my opponent needs to max revive, and he needs to max revive his Dio speed to put right there, but he doesn't. And we get to do the cheese, the tractor beam cheese, and I decided to evolve my Metagross. And look at that, 2-1 MP mons surrounding the goal for the win. I'm actually really liking this deck. Alright, guys, bear with me. I'm going to be back with game number 3. Alright, guys, we're back with game number 3. It's really hard to commentate on these matches. I wish it would go by a little slower. But this deck, take a look at this deck. We are playing. I was actually excited when I was playing against this deck because he has the Mega Houndoom. So he's got the fire types. I have the steel types. He's super effective. I was like, all right, here's the actual real test now. So let's see how this unfolds. You guys know the setup, bringing up the Metangs in the center. I kind of liked what he did there. I was like, okay, he's got some strategy. I see what he's doing. Just setting up the board like this deck, and I can really take my time setting up because I have the tools to counter the rush. Bullet punch. I think at the beginning of this match is when my Metangs were not hitting anything. I was actually hoping he would attack with Houndoom and I would get the dig to get the dig cheese, but my opponent's smart. Do I Mega here? I think I Mega. Yeah, it looks like I Mega here. And I think I win this roll, but I do become burned. Dude, look at that figure. Mega Lucario looks so cool. Yeah, he fortunately gets the Flare Blitz. I think I DC here. Like Pokefodder says, don't fear the Zoro. I should have attacked the Zoro the following turn, but I didn't because I fear the Zoro. But I was like, what does Pokefodder say? Don't fear the Zoro. So that's exactly what I did. And poor Zoro, hitting his miss. I think I win this roll too. I get the Aura Sphere. Or no, I get the dodge. Maybe it's the following turn. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, get the Aura Sphere right here, and I am fearing that Combuskin. So I think I was really adamant of taking the entry point here. Do I take it here? Oh, I remember. I actually tried to bring my Lucario back. I was in quite a predicament there. I remember that. But I got a very fortunate roll there. I'm trying to remember how this game ended. Can't believe I won that roll. Okay, yeah, we're actually going to stop here. We're actually going to stop here so I can talk about this. We're actually going to go back a turn. I remember this. Why is it not stopping? Okay, so like I said, on the stream, I was playing out of my mind here. So after we get rid of the Houndoom, I decided to move up my Metang right here in the center. Because had I moved them up right here and they attack him and I get the Tractor Beam, I'm unable to bring my Beldum here. So what I decided to do is only move up one space. That way, if they attack or if I attack the following turn and I do hit my tractor beam, I'm able to capture the entry point right here. That's exactly what you guys saw. So, like I said, we get the fortunate roll. And as I'm deciding in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm going to only move up one space. He moves up with the Arcanine. So then I attacked here. I'm like, I haven't hit Tractor Beam at all this match. It's bound to happen. And I hit it. And now my opponent is forced to cover goal or goal block. And he decides to goal block. I'm like, okay, that's actually fine. But now we're actually going to have to try and move up our Aggron all the way up to this side of the board. And I'm like, oh, Combuskin. And he gets the roll. He gets a Cyclone Kick. But when he evolved here, I was like, I'm not even worried about it because it's Blaziken. And you guys know how I feel about Blaziken. Look how big that miss is. And that Jet Kick. So I'm playing my cards right. I'm not being adamant in attacking. I'm trying to get in a position to where if I do hit the Tractor Beam, I'm able to cover. I get it, like I said, Blaziken doing Blaziken things. I'm not worried about Blaziken. Now I can freely move up here. And if, or no, I was like, I need to attack here so I can get the entry point. And that's exactly what I do. So I attack here, get the Tractor Beam again. I get 2 clutch rolls with the Tractor Beam. And then we get to take the entry point. And look at that. Look how, I just love how well this deck works. Does he DC? Yeah, it looks like my opponent DC'd here. And I get the Protect, which is fine. And I was like, okay. Oh, I remember. So this match, I was actually running really, really low on time. I think it was under 50 seconds. And I was like, I need to start attacking here. So I actually moved my Matang back, I believe, because I'm still thinking what I'm going to do in my head. And I was like, all right, we're going to move Matang back, and then we're going to attack the following turn with the Aggron. And boom, Aggron gets the Heavy Slam with the +10 from, I don't remember which blade it is. But now, like I said, my opponent's in a huge predicament, and we can attack him freely because if he does get the Extreme Speed, and I do get the Iron Tail, boom. I get the buff from the plates. And just like that, look how well this deck did with the Tractor Beam. Like, I had some clutch Tractor Beam rolls to capture the entry points. And boom, just like that. That's GG boys. So, like I said, I'm really liking how this deck is working. All right, we have one more match to show you guys. Oh, wait. Oops, didn't mean to do that. But, yeah, give me 1 second. I'll be right back once we get that 4th and final match. All right, guys, we are back. And my 4th and final match is against the one and only Phenom. And Phenom is coming at me with an annoying deck. I like what he did here. He's kind of doing something similar to what I'm doing in the team match event. He's running the Poliwrath, which is going to benefit the Arcanine because of Arcanine's ability. So we'll just watch my, like I said, my normal setup. I'm going to set up the Steel Energy, going to set up my Metal Sphere, going to set up my Mighty Sphere. I like this play that he moved right here, Tapu Fini, because now he can move Finis in any corner right here to attack. So I thought that was a really, really good play that he did there. And he comes straight after him with a Matang, and I'm like, I could potentially win this roll. He gets the Pony Wish. And after he hit the Pony Wish the first time, I was like, oh, God. I think what he's doing is just trying to Pony Wish. And if he does Pony Wish, he's probably going to get rid of my Lucario. And I'm like, please don't get the Pony Wish. Please don't get the Pony Wish. Cool. He gets it twice in a row. I get the Tractor Beam twice in a row. And here I'm just like holding my breath. I'm like, oh, my God, I don't want this to happen. And we get it again. And I'm like, can we please just KO him? Can we please get a fortunate roll so we can KO him? So he moves up here, and I'm like, we have to do it. Now or never. It's now or never. I have 1 DC. Guess what, Sharpedo? Welcome to my PC, because I'm getting the Tractor Beam. I'm going to surround you with my Lucario. All right, Bullet Punch. All right, well, let's spin again. What? Like, I was so salty there. I was so salty that I got the double gold. I was so upset there, but I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't have any max revives, but it's okay. We can come back from this. So I'm going to move here, and I was like, I'm going to Mega next, but I decided not to do that. I don't know why. But he decides to take my entry point and attack me, and I'm like, oh, please don't. Please don't. I've never seen a Fini hit 3 Pony Wishes early in the match, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So now we don't have Mega Lucario, and I'm super salty. I'm really upset, and we have 3 Poliwraths, and Poliwraths are so annoying to deal with because of its ability. Now I'm confused. Oh, I remember when this happened. When I moved up, I was like, listen, Poliwrath has a large miss. I was saying it in my stream, too. I'm like, I'm not really fearing the Poliwrath because Poliwrath has such a large miss, and that's exactly what happens. Poliwrath attacks me. I become confused, but it doesn't even matter because now I can evolve. That heals all status conditions, so I am now, like I said, we have 3 Matangs. However, we are still missing our Lucario, and I'm pretty salty, and then I die right there. So, kind of upset. Ah, it's so nice, and I get to show off the drill run. I KO him, I claim his previous spot, and I gain weight. The thing is, though, too, with his Arcanine, when his Arcanines attack into my Pokemon, well, the ones that are status conditioned, they will it'll basically be like Poliwrath, because I'm confused, so it's gonna shift 2 spaces. Can't be poisoned. That's why you saw that. Because of the steel energy, metal sphere. I'm not sure which one. Yep. See how it shifted 2 spaces? Feels bad, man. I'm moving up my Aggron, trying to get the Tractor Beam so I can move my my Aggron up towards the goal and threaten game, but it's not working out for me. And I have to block off this Arcanine here. But I lose the roll, and now I'm in like a very, very bad predicament. And he makes a mistake here. Let's actually talk about this match. Or actually, you know what? I don't know necessarily how I feel about this. You guys, let me know how you feel about it. I think what he should have done, instead of taking the entry point right here, he has 2 MPs. I think he should have moved right here. Had he done that, then I would have had to gold block early. But because he did that, I was able to move down 1. But then he moves up his Poliwrath next, and then I have to gold block anyway. But I'm not. I don't think it. I think the same outcome would have came, but I honestly think he should have put his Arcanine here, because then I would gold block. I don't know. You guys let me know, but let's watch how it unfolds. So I come back here. I attack because I was trying to surround him. If I won the Tractor Beam roll, I would have been able to distract him, but I lose the roll. Like I said, I think he should have moved right here, but he doesn't, so I'm able to retreat once. And then he moves up Poliwrath, and now I have to gold block with this Matang, because it's going to, and then it's going to allow me to bring on. And then he swaps out here. He swaps and he attacks with the or the Poliwrath. I think he should have swapped and attacked with the Arcanine, but I want to talk about this too. So I had the option there. I could have surrounded, but I decided to move up my Aggron here. That way it cuts off this Poliwrath, and then I'll surround with this Matang the following turn. So that's exactly what I do here. See, now he's forced to attack. And he wins the roll. He wins the roll. And here, I think I made, I made a brilliant play. So I had the drill burr, and I moved over because what I wanted to do was I wanted to see what my opponent. I wanted to see what Phenom was going to do with Sharpedo. I didn't want to bring on drill burr right away, so and that forces him to take the sentry point, which was good. And I was like, please move down this side, because if you do move down this side, then I'm going to use Excadrill's ability to bring him over here, and then I can start darting towards the goal. So I just move over. That's why I didn't bring him on. And he does. I'm like, cool, perfect. I baited him. Now I can use his ability. Now we can do this. And he attacks my Matang. And I get the Tractor Beam. So I had options here, too. We're going to stop and talk about this as well. I had options. I mean, I could have moved this Matang right there. Had I done that, it would have surrounded the Arcanine. But then he would have moved up his Sharpedo the following turn here. And then I'd be in really quite the predicament. I would have to... because I already burned my gold block, right? Yeah, I already used my gold block, so that's why I did not surround the Arcanine. I decided to move the Excadrill over, and then we can start taking towards his goal while I still have my goal pretty pretty guarded. But he wins the roll, and I'm like, okay, so now we have to cover goal. And we just need to survive here. And he moves over, and he's just going for it. Like, I think he should have just taken the entry point. But I do get the tractor beam. Now I'm able to threaten game. I think he should have just moved on the Sharpedo right there. So now he has to goal block. I think that's why he didn't, because he has goal block. And I'm like, okay, now we can bring on this Matang. And he attacks here. Tractor beam. Okay, would have preferred the KO, but now I have to move this one over, and I have to go back over, and basically have to survive this roll. And I'm like, please, boom. We survived the roll. Very, very fortunate, but I'm still kind of in a predicament. I'm like, all right, we can beat his 80. We can beat his 80, and he rolls the miss. Oh, feels bad, Phenom, but you guys know exactly what Drill Run does, and we just capture the goal right away. So we had a couple matches that we got to show off the Excadrill, so I'm pretty excited about that. I like how everything is going right now, guys. I like the deck that I'm running, that I was able to play on stream, and I like the deck that I'm using in the team match event, which, I mean, my team is getting absolutely destroyed, but I'm having great success with this team. So there's actually more games I want to show you guys with this team. Oh, looks like we can open up some boosters. And my meter is at 7, so actually what we're going to do is times 10, 15. 15? Is this at 7, or is it not at 7? Well, it says it's at 7, so we're actually going to attach one of these on there and just see how much points we get from it. But yeah, my team is getting absolutely destroyed. But like I said, I actually have some exciting videos coming up featuring this deck and a fire deck. I can't wait to show you guys that. Look at the buzz. 350, not bad. Okay, but we're going to cut it there. This video is a little too long, and I am late. I have to go to my friend's birthday party. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys until then. Peace.